Shalom. I'd like to start by saying Kal Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Hakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect pushing his word and sincerity and truth across the four corners of the earth. What I want to talk about today is the importance of your heritage, because knowing who you are can stop from basically you being deceived by anyone. And this video is going to be long. I'm going to have to break it down, so probably a part 2, maybe even a part 3, because there's a lot. There's a lot when it comes to knowing your heritage, right? Just knowing you're a Hebrew Israelite, right? If you know you're a Hebrew Israelite, then you know Yahweh Shai came back for the Israelites. He didn't come back to save the world, right? You know what Yahweh Shai is going to look like, right? You know who the apostles are. You know the covenant, right? You know all that stuff. So when someone tries to tell you something different, like, oh yeah, Yahweh Shai is that so-called Jesus Christ, white man, or Esau, Slakia, YouTube, Esau looking man, right? You're not going to believe them because you already know what the truth is. It's in the scriptures. You know who your heritage is. You know he's going for the elect, right? Israel. So you know what he's going to look like, so you can't be deceived, right? No one's going to tell you that you're an African American, you're an African, or you're from a Nigerian, or whatever, right? They can't fool you. They can't trick you. So we're going to start off in Genesis 6 and 18. But with thee, this is Genesis 6 and 18, but with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons. And basically right now he's talking to Noah, about him establishing his covenant with Noah, right? So thou and thy sons and thy wife and thy sons' wives with thee, right? So he's gonna establish a covenant with Noah, right? His sons, Noah's wife, and his sons' wives, right? So that's who he's gonna start his covenant. So if you know about that, that's where all the, if you want to go to the direct line, they spawn from their sons, and then you had the other people of the planet that spawn from them, right? So now we're going to go to Genesis 9 and 9. And these are simple things, but very important things. I have to go back. I'm still learning myself. I still have to go back and read over and over and over again so I know exactly where everything started, because it's very important. It's the roots, the heritage, right? So anyone tells you anything different in the world, you know it's BS. You just won't be deceived. You just look at them kind of like, ha ha ha, yeah, real funny, man, and keep it moving, because you already know that it's BS, and you know what the truth is, so they can't deceive you. Right? Genesis 9 and 9. And I behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you. Right? And I go, actually, let me start at 8. And Yahweh spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, and I behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you. Right? So, the Most High is saying he's establishing his covenant with, what did he say? With you and with your seed after you. So basically the children, right? That's who he's establishing his covenant with. We're going to go to Genesis 9 and 11. And I will establish my covenant with you, neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood. So now he's still saying he's establishing his covenant with, Noah and his sons and his seed after him. But this time, they won't be cut off with, what did he say? Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of flood. So they won't be cut off by any floods. He's not going to come back with floods to cut them off, the flesh, to destroy the flesh, right? Neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. So he's saying next there won't be no flood that's going to destroy the earth. Now he's not saying that he's not going to destroy the earth. He's just saying it's not going to be by flood. Right? Right? And then we go to Genesis 9 and 13. I do set my bow in the cloud. You know what? I might as well just read the whole. Let's keep reading. So I'll start off at 11. And I'll establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood. Neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And Yahweh said, This is the token of my covenant, which I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you, for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud. So bow, he's talking about a rainbow, right? So you see the rainbows after rain, after a lot of waters, right? There's a rainbow that comes out in the cloud. And it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. So the rainbow originally is a representation, right, as a token of a covenant between Yahweh and the earth. So between Yahweh and the earth, and also between Yahweh and Noah and his sons and the seeds after, right? The fact that he's keeping his covenant. So that's the bow. It's representation of that. So, right? Okay, this goes back to the saying, importance of the heritage. So you can't be deceived. So you got the LGBT organization, how they took the rainbow and perverted it, right, into what it is now, right? And originally, that's not what it was for. It's supposed to be a covenant between us and the Most High, right? It's supposed to be representation of the covenant. And look how they perverted it, right? But now you see it going around, you see a rainbow, they make you think that's what it's about. It's about the whole, that nonsense, right? And that's not the truth. It's right there. You can't be deceived if you know the truth about that. That's the heritage, right? And I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to read to 15. And it shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over the earth that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. Exactly what happens in the scriptures. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between Yahweh and every living creature of all flesh as upon the earth. Right? So that's a little thing, but that's just on the bow. A representation of the bow, what the bow is, what it really is. Right? The importance of the bow. Very important, but like if you don't know what that is, you just think of it. Everyone today, when they see the bow, they think of the LGBT or whatever it's called, right? So they perverted it, right? Perverted the meaning, the representation, everything. Right. So we're gonna jump to Jeremiah 31 and 31. So, this is gonna be a long video. I'm gonna learn a lot. Hopefully I edify, enough correctly. And if I'm wrong, if I am wrong, I hope and pray that the Most High will correct me. Right? Be humbly corrected. But this is important. The heritage is very important. You have to know where you came from. You have to know how everything started. And if you don't know, it's good to not know, and you gotta ask. You gotta find out, because you don't want to sit there and and say, "Well, I hope the Most High tells me this." Like, you can ask the Most High for things, but you have to do the work too. You gotta read. You gotta study, right? Yeah, you just have to do that. Okay, so we're gonna go back to Jeremiah 31 and 31. Behold, the days Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Right? Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be a covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts, and write in their hearts, or spirits, lab, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahweh, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith Yahweh. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. Right? So you can even see there that it's talking about Egypt. Right? He's talking about Egypt, talking about his new covenant with Israel and Judah. Not talking about the covenant according to when he took them out of Egypt. Right? Saying that he's going to be basically putting the scriptures in the inward part. So it's going to be part of us. We don't have to read scriptures all the time to find a certain find a certain phrase or sorry, not phrase, passage, right? We already know it. It'd be automatic. Like, be talking it, speaking it all the time. You won't have to do this work of getting the Bible and looking and searching and, okay, what page was it? Matthew, and you won't have to do any of that. You already know it. You know what kind of blessing that is? You know what kind of, just knowing it? There's nothing wrong putting in work. Work is good, but I mean, I'd rather just know this. But obviously I have to put the work in, right? Right? Faith without works is dead. So you have to put the work in. But that's what he's talking about. Saves me in your inward parts. Right? So it's me in your parts. So you don't have to teach your brother or your neighbor anything. They already know it. They already know it. You won't have to teach them anything. They already know it. Yeah. Anyways, we're going to go jump to Hebrews 8. 8. We're almost done here because we will have to break this a lot of stuff. So I'm just trying to keep it short. Hebrews 8:8. For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continue not in my covenant, and I regard them not, saith Yahweh. All right, then we're going to go to Hebrews. I'm going to jump to verse 13. In that he saith, a new covenant he hath made, the first old, now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away. I'll read that again. In that he saith, a new covenant he hath made, the first old. So he made the first one old. Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away. So the old one, the old one, right, is old. The first one is old. Right? He made a new one. Right? And if you keep reading, we're going to go into what the new one is. We'll go to Psalms 11:6. Psalms 11:6. Psalms 11:6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. It's like that's the wrong passage. So we're gonna be, yeah, that was the wrong one. Slack you on that. But the point is that, as you can see, I was leading towards talking about, the heritage, the covenant, what we're gonna get in the covenant, and the new covenant. So in the next one, we're gonna talk about the new covenant, and we're gonna go even further. What's in the new covenant? What happened? Why that happened? Right? It did talk about Egypt when he led them away from Egypt, and that we broke the old covenant when we were in Egypt. When he led us away, we're in the wilderness, right? Which is why the new covenant had to happen. But I'm going to close off. Before I close off, I just wanted to say that, knowing who you are in the spirit, carnally and spiritually, is very important. Spiritually is very important, obviously, on so many levels, but even carnally, if you don't know who you are, it's like you're lost. You're lost both spiritually and physically, right? You're just lost. You need to know who you are. Why are you here? What is your purpose? What are you supposed to be doing, right? If you're one of the elect, Lord willing, if you're one of the elect, you're supposed to be a messenger. You're supposed to speak. But when Most High uses you to talk, you just talk. That's it. You're just a messenger. Nothing more, nothing less, right? Anyways, I'm gonna close off by saying Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect pushing his word in sincerity and truth across the four corners of the earth. Death and destruction to this wicked kingdom and the 2/3 as well. Shalom.